There's a beautiful day headed your way. Keep your head up, you'll be okay. A beautiful day waiting for you. Just open your eyes, you'll see it's true. Good times, sunshine, gonna be here in no time now. Bad times, gray skies, push them all away, turn them upside down. You're gonna break new ground, turn everything around. You're gonna live your life. There's a beautiful day headed your way. Keep your head up, you'll be okay. Beautiful day waiting for you. Just open your eyes, you'll see it's true. A beautiful day.
Welcome back to the Booga Box live stream. It's Wednesday night, Small Project Wednesday. I am getting an echo. I'm going to have to turn that off real quick. Alright, hopefully that's better. I was getting an echo back on the main system there, so hopefully everybody's having a good week so far. We didn't stream Monday night. I got behind on doing some things and preparing for the cat. Had an early Tuesday morning appointment to have a tooth pulled, so it was crazy, but I'm glad to be back tonight. Hope y'all are having a good week, like I said. Don't forget to give thumbs up, like, shares, all that good stuff if you're watching now or watching later, whatever, whenever you can. Tonight we're going to work on a stepping stone bracelet, bigger than normal rings, than what they normally call for. I was looking through my stuff and I had some earrings in stepping stone, but I had no bracelets. I only had two beforehand, and I do remember selling one, so I was like, well, I'm going to do a couple big ones with the larger half-inch rings. I normally use 3/8, 5/16 for the earrings. So I'm going bigger for this one. I'm going to do it as a single, and we'll see how that goes. Let me go ahead and get music turned on here. Why ain't my music working? Okay, there it goes. Alright, so that's there. Let's go ahead and get over to the camera on top. And we'll get going for tonight. I'm going to first start out. I got done with everything early setting up for the stream tonight, so I had a few minutes. I went ahead and started playing around. It's like I had to actually stop for about 10 minutes because I was getting further ahead than I wanted to. So I'm just going to do a chain at first, and then we'll start connecting it up to this. There's several different ways of going to do this, so I mean, it's kind of whatever you want to do for the most part. It's fairly simple weave for the if you were just starting. I mean, I actually think this was actually one of the second weaves I think that I learned after I got into chainmail more. Like I said, for years and years I didn't know anything. I didn't read anything. I just kind of played around and did what I did. When I actually started learning about weaves and stuff, this was the second one that I'd seen and went ahead and did. And it was actually the first bracelet that I actually ever sold was this. But then again, I didn't have a whole lot of bracelets there at my first event. So there wasn't a whole lot to choose from at that point in time. But yeah, I'm going to have to get the pictures out. Oh, my thingy locked up again on me, man. I'm really hating this laptop. Refresh. I know it's not pausing anything else. They all seem to be working just fine. It's just my laptop's not showing me what's going on, so I missed comments. So we don't want that. Come on, flip back over. There we go. Now we can see comments again. Hopefully, well, I got a circle button there. Hopefully it'll fix itself in a half second. So I don't know. Oh, now I have to mute it again. Laptop before I start getting feedback. Come on. I need to get a different mouse for this laptop too. It won't work on my clear thing here, so I have to use my pants or my shirt. Alright, let's get back here. Yeah, I don't know. We're just going to kind of make out a chain because it'll be a lot longer as a chain than we'll need because it'll hook up around each one of these, so it's going to weave in and out. So it can be fairly long. We're just going to kind of go with it, make it a length, and then we'll kind of start coming through and figuring out all the little details, like how many. I think it was going to be 5. I didn't really fully test it yet. I laid them out beside it going, okay, let's just go with this ring, and this ring. I didn't look up what AR I should use or anything like that. I know what I would use if I was making the earrings or the small bracelet, but since I was wanting to go bigger, we're just kind of playing. That's why I'm singling it up right now. Most time when I do the stepping stones, I double each one of these connections and I would double it to this. But I'm going to kind of leave it open. I want to see how it's going to look this way. We're using larger rings, so I'm going to see how it works. I'm using the purple. Even though it looks more like the electric violet, it is considered their 1/2-inch purple. And I'm using old school lavender. Nowadays they call it like light purple, but I'm not actually sure if they match up. To be honest with you, I haven't bought any more light purple lavender in a while. I don't normally have a whole lot of sales with that color, so I still got quite a bit of stock of it. But I figure on my next order I'm probably going to get probably 3 different sizes in a couple different gauges, just to see the color, to see if it matches up with what they had before, or at least similar, or is it quite a bit different. Do I need to change up all my things that I currently have listed as lavender to a light purple? So we'll see how that goes. Got a lot of stuff done yesterday though. I got all my coils cut up today. That's probably spent, it was probably about 2.5, 3 hours. I had 84 coils to cut up. They were all about 17 inches long. But got all those cut up. Got some in the tumblers right now. Got 3 tumblers going. Getting them all cleaned up because I think I had 9 different sizes. So it's a lot of stopping, starting, separating, making sure I didn't get my ring sizes mixed up, because some of them were fairly close to each other. I put in a bunch of odd sizes. I got all kinds of mandrels. I don't have any of the no, actually I do, because I did go 128. I think that's what I'm still working on, is trying to get all my 128 increments, because there's going to be a lot of them, obviously. I'm looking at the wrong camera. And it looks like my laptop is again froze up. Man, this is ticking me off. I won't be able to see any comments. If I'm getting any comments. Try another refreshy here. Come on, open up. Alright. It still looks like it is immediately locking up on me for some reason. Alright, now that fixed it somehow. Well, we'll see how long that lasts. I'm tired of messing with it. Hopefully I'm not missing any comments, guys. If you are making comments right now live, I might be missing them because of this silly thing. Well, I need to pre-close some more of those. I don't know how many more will go out here. It's going to take 5 per. I'm figuring I'm going to need 6 to 7 to make the length I want. So if I need 7, I'd roughly need to be 35 big ones out, so it'll be quite a bit longer than this. Let me go ahead and pre-close some more of these up. But yeah, Monday I put off a lot of stuff on over the weekend. Sunday I pretty much I did some stuff, but nothing that I needed to do. So I got behind on that, which put me behind the ball on Monday. Monday was a little crazy around the house trying to get things going, and got behind, and I probably could have got streaming about 15 after 8, but I was like, because then I was having to worry about at that point in time at 8, I was wanting to let Marble have her last run out because she had to finish eating by 10. She couldn't have any more food after 10 to go to see the doctor Tuesday to have a tooth pulled, which didn't happen. We now have to wait till the 11th. Prepared her all that night, and myself. But she'll go back and now on the 11th and hopefully get it taken care of. Buzzy's mad at me because I yelled at him today. Normally don't have to really yell at him, but when I was cutting up my coils today, he was trying to jump up into the area where I was working with all this, and I've got cutting fluids and all that stuff, and I was like, no, you need to get down. So I started yelling at him. He was looking at me like, what? I had my earphones on, or my noise canceling headphones on to keep the noise down from cutting, and so he was sitting there meowing at me. I could see him meowing. But I'm like, hey, I can't, And so he started walking around trying to get up into my face. And I'm like, bud, I'm sitting here cutting. You can't get up here. He kept wanting to go, and so I had to start yelling at him. I probably yelled a little harder than I needed to because I had the headphones, or not earplugs, but ear covers, whatever you want to call them, on, so I couldn't see how loud I was, and he still wasn't necessarily listening to me. So I went and tapped him on the head. I didn't hit him or anything hard, but I kind of gave him a little, and he got all, he was like, what is going on? He didn't want to be inside anyway because of the drill and all the noise that was being made. So I don't know what his deal was, but ever since then he's been a little iffy. But he's in my chair now. He finally came in and chilled out with me for a little bit before the stream. We're going to go one more here. That's what I got pre-closed. And then we'll start. I might have to open up some to connect to the centers. Because I could, if I was to go the build the other way, you could put these on here. Close these up, put them on here. And then weave this through it as you go. But there's many different ways you can go about it. So this way, I don't have to manhandle the big 12 gauge rings as much because I don't have stuff on them, but it means I do have to open up my smaller rings like this more. So you have you got your two little trade-offs here. How do you want to do it? So I'm gonna, let's see here. At first, I guess I need to test how many is it going to take to get around this thing. Let's see here. If we go, try to get this straight. Off of that one, thinking about it going right off sideways. How many will it take to get around? I think 5 is what I kind of laid out. I think that's going to work all right. And so we'll mount off of each one of these 5. And then off of the 5th one, we'll mount onto the next ring. So, yeah, I think 5 is where I want to go. So, in saying that, we need to come through and put 5 rings in here. Thing you want to make sure on this is they all go on the same side. This can twist on you. So, you want to make sure you're putting them all on the same side. So I'll keep pulling it out, giving it a quick check just to make sure I'm going to be coming through. I like to let them dangle down because then I can see them better. If I'm trying to hold them up on the upper side, then they're kind of, that will be different when we come down to the 5th one, because the 5th one will actually have a ring on both halves. So there's 3. This will be number 4, 5. So I guess the next one after this wouldn't matter which side I'm actually on. Hopefully I'm getting low enough. I've gotten higher now. I'm getting out of the other camera view, I think. So number 5 is here. I don't even remember how long this took a long time ago. I'm glad I haven't built this bracelet. Probably the last one I did was probably 5 years ago. Easy. Alright, so there's 5. On this one, we need to flip over and do a second ring on this one. On the other half, because that's where the other ring, the other large ring, will actually start. On that same ring, but connecting to the other large ring. I'd made something similar to this when I was building before I started learning weaves, actually. Before I knew names and whatnot. But it wasn't, I would say, as pretty, because my ring sizes were definitely off. I mean, this was before I knew learned and knew what ARs were. Before, it was just throwing rings together. If it worked, it worked. I didn't know why it worked. I just know that it worked. So now I've learned through the years why certain things work, and that helps me later on when I'm trying other new and different things. Alright, so 1, 2, and this will be number 3. We'll probably do one more group of 5 after this one, so we can put in 3 large ones and see how it's going to play out before you get too far. Not put that. No, okay. Thought I put it on the wrong side for half a second. That's why I keep flipping it up. 1, 2, 3. So this one's 4. Next one will be 5 that gets doubled. If my math is right. We know nighttime math can be off. Sometimes by a lot. Okay, 5. Flip to the other side. I'm also working on a tutorial for the wormhole cube. I've had several people contact me wondering if I was going to do one, and I was like, well, and so I planned on building another one, so I'm making a plan on actually building 2 more at least now, and I figured that way I can go ahead and work through and try to write another tutorial for it. But I have one major problem that I ran into while I was doing that. 1, 2. The big rings that I was using when we were building it originally, we kind of talked about it. The 4-inch rings I had gotten from TRL Custom were a lot different in size, and I honestly don't think you can actually get them anymore. I think you can custom maybe with them still. I'm not sure. I found another supplier that I've been using as my 4-inch, but the 4-inch ones I'm currently using are 4-inch outer diameter, so it changed all my proportions. So I'm basically number 4 starting from scratch again, kind of, because it doesn't see, I mean, it's almost, what is it, 2 millimeters off. So that's quite a big difference. The actual, these other 4-inch rings are also thicker gauge. So, yeah, this is number 5. It's going to basically rework the whole thing. But in the long run, I think it'll be better if people want to build it, and if I want to build another one, because honestly, I couldn't build another one even with the TRL rings I have, because none of them are big enough for that. Or I don't have enough of them that are that size. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll put one more on this side. and then we'll start with the bigger rings. So yeah, when I started getting into that, I was starting to have problems, so I was like, I'm slowly reworking all that. And then I'm also, well, tonight after this stream, I haven't gotten anything done on the new inlay that we're going to start tomorrow. Oh, I got a message here. Oh, Bobby, let me get back to you after the stream, Bobby, if you happen to pop on here, or if you ask me now. Just to get a chance to order blue. If they're on there, I will get them. I checked last night. They actually finally had the 1-inch rings on there, but not in the color we need. So, I'm still kind of stuck right there, but I haven't checked today. And so I'll get on there and be checking that. And if they have them, I will be getting them. Alright, so now we're going to hook through all those little ones we just put on. 2, 3, 4. If everything works out. I don't know if a kinged version or, doubling up those connecting rings would be better or not. I just figured with the size I'm using, I wanted to try a single, because the other ones have always been double. But yeah, that's TRL's problem lately, has just been getting their stuff right. Alright, so and then we'll go into this one. It's looking a little loosey-goosey. I might have to come through and actually add back in more of those rings. I don't know yet. Because, see, those aren't wanting to stay up where they are supposed to be. And maybe that's why if I double them up. And maybe that's why they are doubled up, to keep them more in line. Let me go ahead and put this one through. And then we'll kind of put that over here. Then we'll kind of get a better idea, and then maybe I'll make a slight change. Maybe we'll go ahead and go through and double up the 1/4-inch rings, maybe. Maybe that'll help it. Let's see. That's number 5. Let's see how it... Sometimes it's not till later when things start finally coming together. Oh, yeah, see, they're not wanting to stay up. When you start, they want to flop over. So, let's see. Like I said, I'm not using the correct size, or I'm not even sure what the AR is, so I was kind of guessing on what I wanted to use. And, come on. Maybe all this is for naught tonight. That'll happen sometimes. We'll see what happens when I double up some of these and see if that helps bring it out where it needs to be, maybe. We'll see. We're going to double up these at first, and then if I have to double up the small rings, we might double those up to where it's supposed to be. I mean, that's what the actual weave normally calls for. Like I said, I wanted to try something different with it, but maybe I shouldn't have. Sometimes you just need to do what they say and it works. Other times, though, you just never know. That's why you've got to do it sometimes. It's kind of almost, but not really. It's almost not too big, but I don't know. Maybe I should have used square wire, because I did notice when I was doing the little paw prints, the square wire worked better for them because it gave it more surface area to sit flat and in a way tighter. So I don't know. Now I did, and it all could just come down to ring size. Like I said, I mean, this is already a bit better as is. I haven't even doubled them all up yet, but I think maybe we'll just come through and double all these up and see. So like I said, it's already kind of starting to want to stand up on its own. Will I need to come double up the littler ones will be the question. Then right here, or going over to the next side, will be another good standard on how it's going to hold up and transfer the look and feel. How much will it tighten it up? Looking better already, though, I can say that. Which will change how I need to build the chain out. So, I guess I didn't go too far, I guess, in a way, which is a good thing, but yeah, see, that's already kind of helping it stand out more, even just single ringed on the little ones. Even pulling it tight, see how loose and floppy those are. So, yeah, I think we're gonna have to definitely keep those doubled up, and that's gonna help a good chunk of it. Which means once we get these on, let's go ahead and I'll go through and double up all the rest of them before we even start connecting them up to the other. Just get them on in there and come on, ring. Get them done and out of the way. We're not going to extend it yet because we'll see how much more I have to extend it after a point. Alrighty. Yep, single now. A single bigger, these rings here that I'm doubling, I might have been able to single these up if I were to use a small ring. Because there's a bit of a room in there. Once I put the second one in there, they kind of pull it up closer together. But otherwise, there's a gap in there of probably at least 1 millimeter. In between these, more than that, probably. In between these two. But when I double that up, it brings them real close to each other. So if I was able to, these are 5/32. So if I was maybe to go down to, maybe 2 sizes smaller, then that probably wouldn't have been a problem. But that's something else I could also try and see if that helps. You know, let's see where we stop here. And this one had a, there you go, get on over there, little ringy ring. Alrighty, so now, that's that. I mean, it's still want to kind of flop, but once it's on your wrist, I mean, it is a bracelet. Let's see here. So they'll flatten out and stay nice and flat. So I think we're going to be fine doing it that way. So we're just going to come through and double up the rest of these, I guess. Get some more rings out here. I got to keep a lookout because I know this you can't tell on the camera at all, but I've got 2 different style, and these were all in the same batch, same bag. This is 1 bag's worth of lavender, but I've got like a purpley lavender and a bluey lavender. Like I said, I don't think you can probably tell on the camera. Let me try to make a group of darker purples here and the lighter purples. Let's see if I can tighten them in a bit. I don't know if I'll be able to get quite to it. But see these 2 piles here? This side's more bluey than this. And it's all out of the same bag. And it's not quite half, but it's about there. Is what I've been working with. So I've been having to pull some out, which is kind of a bummer. Alright, that should be good. So, because I've been using more of the purpley ones, trying to take the bluey ones out. So I'm constantly having to go through these. I've got some that are pre-opened, and I've done this before, because all my pre-opened ones here have been the purpley side. So I don't know what it was I was doing, but I must have been working on something and changed my mind. Happens quite often when I get into them. I'll find a pile of rings in a bunch that had been pre-opened or pre-closed because I was working on something and then ended up going a different route or whatever. Right. So we'll double these on up. Where are we at on our time anyway? 30-ish? Yeah, right at 30 minutes. So we'll try to, hopefully we can get more done. I mean, since we are kind of experimenting here in a way. Now this is a bit of a longer-ish of a weave normally because you have so many doubled up rings, but we'll see what we can do here. See how far we can get done. Are we already on to, okay. Just making sure I get the right counts. This one's got 4 it's got to go through. And I'm probably way out of camera view here, so let me try to move back up. Come on, ring. Get up over here. There you go. Good boy. Is he still? Yeah, he's still in his chair. In my chair. Tried to get him up in it before I started the stream, and he wouldn't get up there. And the rest of these I don't have the others on, so won't have to worry about the extras. But he was afraid to get up there because he thought I was going to yell at him or something. He was like, no, you can get up here, bud. Come on. I very seldom yell at the cats. I mean, there might be some, you know, deeper no's or something like that, but no, nothing. But I was worried that he's going to jump in the cooling oil that I had going on the blade, and then the tub kind of sits to the side, kind of. I got a drain underneath it, kind of goes up, and I was just worried about him jumping into it or falling into it while he's trying to get up to me. It'll take him a day, and he'll get over it. Alrighty, so we've got that much further. Let's go ahead and put in one more here and see how it's going to be. Like I said, I think it's going to be fine now. But we will check her out and see. Oh, come on, get on there. Well, these are going to be harder that way. There's one. Come on. Yeah, being doubled up, definitely harder to get those through there. 2. 3. One down. There we go. Number 4. And number 5. But since we are at the halfway point, I do want to thank everybody again, just in case somebody's showing up later or whatever. I do appreciate anybody that shows up live or watching us later. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, like, shares, all that good stuff. The follows, you know. Come on, ring. There we go. You didn't want to go through that last one. Definitely a lot tighter with doubles in there. Alrighty, so yeah, that definitely I think is going to help it out. I could still come back there and double up the little rings and see how if that would make it any tighter per se, but I think it's going to be pretty good like that. Ow. I hit my knee on my table. Alright, let's just go ahead and finish doubling up these out the rest of the way. I just kind of wanted to see before I got too far if I wanted to make any changes. I think we're going to be good like that, at least for this one. Like I said, I might change it up for the next one just to have some comparison. Plus, it's neat to be able to show off the different, you know, similar things, but they're just slightly different, but they can kind of change up the look of anything, so you just never know. Quick checks over there. Everything's looking good. I'm not seeing any comments, but I have been having Facebook issues on my laptop, so if I'm missing any messages, I don't think I'm seeing any through that side there. I do want to say sorry if I haven't seen your message. I'm going to actually open up that other page on the other screen over there. That will hopefully, because I know it's happened a few times, but I will say the setup we're doing the streams here lately, this past month with changing our internet service provider, has definitely changed things. When I'm doing my testing beforehand, 1, it goes a lot faster, and 2, I've had no issues that I've had to play with before stream starts. And normally every night there was some type of weird issue I was going to have to do, but since we've changed, I haven't had to worry about it. Oh, hello Larry, good to see you. We're working on a stepping stone bracelet. A little different than I think what they normally do for a stepping stone, but I didn't have any bracelets. I had several sets of earrings, so I wanted to make up a few bracelets. I started with a big one. I'm gonna make a smaller one after this, because that's normally what I do, is go with the smaller ones. But I got me these half-inch rings, 14 gauge, I think, 12 gauge. A while back, they had them as a special, and I haven't used them for a whole lot. I make the full Persian crosses out of them, but that's about all I've really done with them. And so I was like, I want to try to throw it and make this a little different tonight. So, but thank you for posting too. I was kind of worried I was missing comments. Some days, like I said, I do have comments missing some days. But good to have you here. Just farting around, what we normally do on our Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Tomorrow we'll be starting on a new inlay. I just finished up that Chiefs inlay, the end zone inlay. The next inlay is another Chiefs inlay, but it's going to be a portrait. So, a little different. Be more like the Mahomes portrait inlay we did. That'll start tomorrow. I'm going to be pulling it out, like I said, after stream tonight. If this gets done, if not, I'll finish this up before I pull it out. But tonight I will be getting out all the rings. There are all my rings I got are in a box down here on the floor. I pulled that out and have it ready to start opening, cleaning, get them in tubs so I can start weaving them together. Glad to be here. Says I'm the only one here. Okay, I wasn't sure. Sometimes if I use my phone to watch it, it seems like my phone gives me better information on people that are here and viewing. I don't know why, but looking forward to your next inlay. Yeah. Now I'm not going to say who it is at first. I let out the cat out of the bag on it's going to be a portrait picture. It will be a Chiefs player. So, but we're probably going to give it a couple weeks before we actually say who it is, when you can actually start kind of seeing who it might be. So, kind of what we did with Mahomes. I think we got into it was about third week, I think, when we were finally able to start seeing who it was going to be. Now, that one was also a little easier to pick out because everybody knows if you watch me, and Mahomes is one of my favorite players, so I'm still more of a Chiefs fan than a Mahomes fan, but alright, let's see here. We got 1, 2, 3, this is 4. It looks like the 5 count is a nice count for these big rings here too. So I think it was, I had, on my little earrings, I think I had to use 6 outer rings, but they were a lot smaller, like I said, than what I'm using on this one, so let's see, there's 1, 2, let me flip it over, make sure I got the right count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, this is number 5. And then we double this one up. But I'm probably going to do, our Monday nights, we're actually going to work on, I'm going to make up some tiny rings. I'm actually going to be using my 1.6 millimeter wire, 16 gauge wire, as a mandrel, and coil up some 22 gauge titanium, and we're going to make some itty bitty jelly cute earrings out of niobium, my bad, and then we're going to anodize those up once I've made them. We're going to kind of rainbow effect them in the jelly cube, and so I think that's what we're going to start working on Monday. I'm going to kind of probably do most of the process on the stream. We're going to try to do the anodizing on the stream. We're going to do the coiling and cutting. Now, I can't cut them on my ringinator, which royally blows, so I'm going to have to hand cut them. And I don't necessarily like that too much, but these are smaller, lighter niobium, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal. I thought about trying to put them in my Pepe tool, but I can't get that thing to go slow enough to cut niobium. But my ringinators for the tiny rings that we're going to be doing. What did I figure? I've got it written down over on my desk. I figured up what it was, and yeah, there it's 22 gauge. Or is it 23? It was 0.06 thick, and I put it in. I have a ring calculator. Oh, my messages aren't scrolling up on me now. Come on, messages. Sorry there, Larry. Now, come on, mouse. Now my mouse ain't. Where you at? I lost the battery cover on this thing. Oh, there we go. There we go. Love titanium. Yeah, so do I. Titanium, niobium. I got several coils of niobium that I use for earrings, but I'm gonna make some itty bitty ones. Do you have problems cutting larger gauge titanium on your ringinator? No, I haven't. I mean, now I've only gone up to 16 gauge that I've cut on it, but I haven't had any problems with cutting on that. So now it does dull the blade quick, just like stainless steel or any other thing like that would do, but but my ringinator is really a good cutter, man. I double check everything and clean it up all the time, but I haven't had really any issues. I'm on my second blade, and I'm not sure. The first blade, it was because I was still learning my speeds and everything. Once I learned that, onto my second blade now, I don't even know how many. I've easily cut 25 pounds of aluminum on it, and it's still cutting great. That was the other thing I was cutting. I coiled up some stainless steel, but I was like, I had some more aluminum I wanted to do, so I was like, I'm going to wait, cut that. I'm going to cut it after I'm done with my aluminum, and then decide if I need to change my blade again or not. But yeah, when I cut up, do I have that sitting out? I had some, well, they're yellow and blue now, titanium 1/4 inch that I had done, and cut those up. They came out pretty good. Alright, so let's see here. That's all good. Where are we at in our length anyway? So if I go, this is probably all off camera here, but I want to see one more, two more. Yeah, we're probably going to go 3 more. I think 3 more is where we need to be, so. That is going to be my next big purchase, is the ringinator. Cool. You won't regret it. I love the thing. I've had mine now, probably 3 years. I've cut titanium, niobium, all kinds of aluminum, obviously. Stainless steel. I just got done. We did our medium project a while back was the checkerboard, chessboard. And I would cut up bronze for it, no problem. Coiling bronze was a pain in the butt, but cutting it was pretty simple. But I've never coiled up. I was doing 5/16 inch, 16 gauge. All my bronze before that had all been 18 gauge, so. It was a fun project, though. I'm still kind of leaving it out, trying to get a full, even patina, per se, on it. Because as I worked it, it was like, it started darkening up as I worked my way down through the bronze on the board. And so by the time I got done, I had these nice bright silver, bronze color down here, and the muted bronze kind of darkened up there. So I had to clean the whole thing. And now I've got it opened up, laying out, trying to patina everything all at once. But yeah, the ringinator is definitely, I had the Pepe tool, and that, yeah. Now, let me say, I do use the Pepe tool if I'm cutting up silver. Am I doing that on the right side? Yeah. If I'm cutting up silver, I'd probably do the same thing if I was doing gold. Because normally I just need smaller batches for that, so it's easier just to use the little Pepe tool for that. But it's, like I said, you can't adjust the speed down slow enough to do stainless or titanium or niobium with it or anything, so. Now, if I had a big silver project, I'd probably use the Ringinator, but when I cleaned it up today and added more. Hey, Bobby, good to see you. I seen your message pop up here, but I was in the stream, so I was kind of talking about it. I seen that they had it finally available, but they didn't have the colors we needed last night. I haven't checked today, so I'm hoping I'll check and see them today. But yeah, I've got a huge, I don't know, these little things. What camera are we on? So yeah, that camera. These are my little ring tubes. I've got one that's halfway full of basically glitter from all the dust from cutting all my aluminum. I put some more in there today going, man, I've got a ton of this. Alright, so let's go ahead and put this one on. Well, let's double up that one first. But yeah, I did see your message. I was planning on messaging you back after I got done with the stream. But good to see you. And hopefully they're on there now. Like I said, I was kind of surprised to actually find them on the website yesterday. But then I was like, they had, what, 4 colors, I think? Bronze, orange. I was like, come on, guys. I've been waiting for, what now? A little over a month? It was the 23rd, 24th when I messaged them of last month. I guess I should open this. Kind of hard to weave a ring when you don't open it. If I could, and I could figure that out and be magical, I would love it. Alright, so let's get these little boogers through. Come on. In a way, it'd probably be easier to do it the other way, but I don't know. It's still working. Number 5. This last one was always the toughie. There we go. Everything wants to stretch out just right, just wrong. They have the leather straps, but it's in an odd place on the website. And I was actually looking for them because I was like, I wonder if they're going to end up having them on the new site at all. Because I still have probably 2 of each color. But I normally like to keep 5 on hand just in case. I like to use them as wrapping up stuff. Worked good on my boards and stuff like that, so I need to get some more before I can't get them anymore. So if I'm going to go out, let's see here, 2 more. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 more. So let's go ahead and close up a few of these. What time are we running here? 47. We might push a little past an hour tonight to get this finished up because there's not a lot left here to do. Yeah, there's still so many things they don't have on there that it's like I easily got a $700 order I need to make, and it's like, but they're out of $200 worth of stuff I need. I'll have to click on that here in a little bit and see where they've hidden it, like everything else. Some things you can find that I haven't been able to find any else, but other than using their coding numbers that they use on their things, you know, like AA-SQ- whatever, blah blah blah. If I do it that way, sometimes I can find them. But where they, at their subheading at the top, says it's under this page, but when you go back to that page, they're not there. I'm like, come on. They're driving me nuts. Other findings. I guess you could consider them findings in a way. It's a little strange, but everything else they've been doing strange, so I guess it's standard operating procedure there. Alright, so let's get over here and pull out these light purples again. So I've got a few floating around still. Or blue purples, whatever. That one's not. That one's not. That one is. I think these are good for now. I'd call a leather cuff or leather bracelet. Yeah, not a finding. I mean, I have used them as findings also. I mean, I have taken them and used my leather punch and put holes in them and put built weave onto them. But again, I don't know if I'd necessarily call that a finding per se. Loosest definition possible, yes. When you're looking for a leather cuff, you're not going to look for a leather finding. Oh, and I did just realize actually tonight, next Monday is 4th of July. So, I was like, everybody's going to be busy. Who's going to want to watch my stream? So I'm actually still going to stream Monday, but I think I'm going to do a mid-afternoon stream. I'm thinking like around 3 o'clock instead of 7. That way, you know, people might not even be home from work yet, but a lot of people might not even have to work on Monday, being it, you know. So I figured a mid-afternoon stream is what I'm going to do Monday to make up for it, so I'm not streaming at night. And I don't really do a whole lot for the 4th of July myself anymore. My kids are now grown. Grandkids normally do stuff with, you know, their parents, our kids. Wife can't really get out into it anymore now because she's on oxygen. So, you know, for the last many years, we really don't do anything for it anymore. So, hang out here. I'll kind of watch outside a little bit with what people are shooting off around us, but it's about all we do anymore anyway. So, we'll just stream in the middle of the afternoon, and I'll just do my normal Monday night, or my normal 4th of July thing. Alright, so how far that took us out. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Oh, why was I doubling these up? I'm a doofus. Start talking, forget what I was doing. I'll be here just letting you know the screen so that I can try to catch y'all. Chainmail and fireworks, yeah. Yeah, like I said, I'm probably going to do it about 3 in the afternoon Monday instead. In case, you know, I don't know if the grandkids are going to be what they're going to actually do. Because, you know, I don't know if their dad's back in town yet. I don't know if they'll want to do anything like that. Sometimes we used to go over to the grandparents, but like I said, with the wife's issues, her health problems, we normally just don't go out and do much. Like I said, just watch here. And alright. I was wondering why that was awful quick. And it's like, because I'm a doofus and doubled it up. I need to double these, not those. Not worth catching anything on fire than fireworks. Yeah, and I will say, that's also, I've always had bad luck with fireworks. That's why for years I just watched, because actually it started off with the wife. First year we bought fireworks, we went back over to her parents' house. This would have been 1991. I was 20. And we went over to her parents' house. We were out in their back deck. They had this pool deck area out back. And I shot off fireworks before, but it had been some years. But I shot off, we were just shooting off some bottle rockets back there. Next thing I know, one of them kind of went sideways. It lit off the whole stack of fireworks we had sitting off to the side. It just started shooting them all off. Hitting the house, hitting the pool. Their pool was covered in bottle rocket sticks because it lit a whole gross of bottle rockets off. And it was awful. I was getting pelted with these things, the mess to clean up. I think it was 2 years after that. And the following year, I didn't want to do fireworks because I was like, ugh. The next year, we ended up going back over because we had our first kid then in 92. So we went over to the grandparents, her parents' house, to shoot off more fireworks. And they lived on a cul-de-sac. So there was probably 3 out of the 6 or so houses that were in the cul-de-sac that were out there kind of shooting them off in the center of the cul-de-sac. Everybody just kind of take turns going out there and setting it up, shooting it off. And I went out there. We all had made up little things to hold all our stuff, so nothing would, tilt over or anything like that. No biggie. Thought everything was safe. I go out there and I end up setting up in the rig 3 Roman candles. I was just gonna have them all 3 go off at the same time, and the first 2 shots go off fine. Then the third one hit from the third set, and I guess enough force or whatever knocked over the stand. So now I have 3 Roman candles laying on the ground sideways, shooting at everybody in the cul-de-sac. It'd shoot off, it'd spin. It'd shoot off another one, spin. Shoot off. I shot into like 2 garages, people in front yards scattering. And that was actually the last year I did any fireworks. The kids did some after that. We'd go to the grandparents' house, but the grandparents would be the ones helping them light their stuff off, because I was like, no, I'm done. I touch those things, something bad happens. I'm so done. I'm going to end up blowing myself up or something one day. So I decided I'll watch them, but I am not shooting them off anymore. Not worth it. Not worth it. Alrighty. Alright, we're going to need some more of these to put up our doubles, or our singles there. Where are we at in our time? Yeah, we're going to keep cutting it a little close here. And we need on this side this time. I'm just going to go ahead and pre-open a few here, so I don't have to keep farting with them. Got a lot of double stucks here. That's what I hate about these smaller rings. They always end up getting stuck together. Bigger gauges, not so much. The smaller gauges you go, the worse it gets. I got some 22 gauge rings that basically you can't pull one out. They're like 1/8 inch anyway. But you grab one and you just pull the whole pile out because they're all stuck together. So, yeah, that's their 4th of July. Just kind of be hanging out. I don't know. Like I said, normally the son, he was been in the hospital 1 year because of his kidney failure. And since then, he really hasn't wanted to do much anyway. I mean, he was always, when he was on dialysis, just didn't want to do it. Now that he's had the transplant, everything's better, but, he's still, when you got so many years that you had to put off so much stuff, it's kind of hard to get back into things. And so I kind of get it in a way. I wish I could motivate him a little bit better, but, what can you do when you miss most of your 20s? Okay, let's see here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's number 5. We're on the other side of it. So hopefully, I got a few more here to do, and then putting these big rings in there at the end. And then I gotta figure out how much. I got a clasp on it. I got one of those rainbow lobster, stainless steel lobster clasp on it. Kind of dig them in a way, but at least it's stainless steel. I can't use anything other. All those others I try to get, they all tarnish up so quick, and so it's like, screw it, everything's just getting stainless steel clasps anymore, or titanium. I mean, I do have some titanium clasps too, but those are always on the side for extras. It's like, here's options. Here's what we can do for free. Here's what will cost you more. Excuse me. Alright, which one was that on? The side here. That's the double. That's on that side. So this side still. What camera are we on here? Okay. I almost switched this camera thing when it switched. It had me a little dinger so I knew which camera we were on without having to look. So it's 3. This will be number 4. Did I go one more too much? I'm already looking. I think maybe I did. I think I'm going to go ahead and just take this one off of here. So we're going to have to change this end up already. Let's see here. Where was I? 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's number 5. Come on. Alright, let's put the big rings through here and see what we got going. So yeah, we'll be back tomorrow night with the inlay. Like I said, I'm going to get it going out tonight, get it rings pulled out, but I think I'm going to hold off on even starting it till tomorrow because we've always started the inlays. I normally start the first 3 rows off camera just because it's kind of a little time consuming the way you got to lay them out and everything. It can be a little boring. But we'll see how it goes tomorrow before the stream, if I get any of it done or if I just kind of get it all out. Verify everything and double check, make sure I got everything, which I should. Everything I put in that box when I ordered it was about 4 months ago, maybe even a little bit more. I know I got them before they changed, till the evil TRL change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm digging these big old 12-inch, half-inch rings. I'm glad they had those there for a while. Okay. So this should be the last one. Come on. And hopefully we get up to 8 inches. Like I said, I normally try to make these all at least 8. Okay, that's 1. Number 2. Number 3. So this probably would have taken about an hour if I didn't have the little screw up there at the start of the stream. With having to redo what we were doing. Making some changes to it already. Like I said, I wasn't going by any kind of ring sizes I know. The ones I know are for smaller bracelets, not as large as this one. Alright, so see if I can get it up here in the white. See, I think I got one extra here that I don't necessarily want. But let's see where we're at here. Let's go ahead and... where's my bracelet? Oh, I thought I had pulled it down already. Oh, well, this came out much larger than I was expecting it to. We're running at just about 9. So I might have made it way too big. Let's see, I can pull out a couple of these here, and that'd probably bring it in a little bit better. But overall, I'm still pretty happy with it. I'm going to pull out at least 1 row of these, and that'll shrink it up a little bit. But I might, the thing I do hate about this style, when you get something like this, when they're built in large chunks, if I take a whole chunk away, I'm losing a whole inch at least. In this case, that might be what I need to do, since I'm at almost 9 inches as is. But overall, I'm still pretty happy with it. A little different than the ones I've done before, so let's go ahead and get our camera flippy back over here. So there we go. Again, I want to thank you all for dropping in, checking us out, see what's going on. Good to see you tonight, Larry and Bobby. Glad you guys dropped in. Looks great. Thank you, Larry. So yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Don't forget to give thumbs up, like, shares, all that good stuff. Check us out every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, 7:30 p.m. normally. This next Monday, though, we will be starting, like I said, probably about 3 o'clock Monday afternoon instead. But otherwise, we will be back here tomorrow night. So y'all have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.